What is up, everyone? Welcome back. This is DemonCast 11. I am your host, Camo Demon 78. The title of this one is called I'm Back because I'm back. So, I've got a lot to talk about this DemonCast. It has been a while. It has been 3 months since I recorded DemonCast 10 and also DemonCast 9 with Big Mike. A lot has happened since. We've got a lot to discuss. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right up in it. First off, I took a big hiatus because there was just a lot going on. Work was whipping my ass to no bitter end. Basically, I had a lot going on, and I was working 50-hour work weeks. I'm still working 50-hour work weeks. Everything as of right now just got everything basically just got stabilized for a weekend for me to be able to do content, which I'm happy for because as of right now, I've already got 2 videos down. They just need to be edited and ready to be uploaded. I'm also doing DemonCast right now, which, to get back to that, I've been waiting to do that, and as I'm still on that topic, I might as well explain to you guys the way I've decided I'm going to do it from now on. From now on, I'm going to do DemonCast as a live stream. Basically, for however long I'm going to be live streaming is going to be the duration of each DemonCast, and it can be live in the aspect if somebody wants to be in the chat and chat with me. You know, that's fine, but just do note that seeing this video down the line, because I am still going to be posting them on my YouTube, that these videos will also be put on YouTube, so that way they can be watched later. But that's it for that. That's the update I have for that. Other than that, I have more videos coming out. I have a full-on game series that I'm going to be doing. I'm very excited to be doing it. Unfortunately, the new game in the series, because I'm not going to name no names yet, but the new game in the series that came out, it has some unfortunate problems. As for the game itself, if you've seen me talk about in other areas of my social medias, this game has memory leaks. So basically what that means is it's playable, just right now it's not currently playable for recording video. So basically it's gonna be, and is what it is. I'm still gonna be playing a game in that same series, just not the newest one. It actually is the one just behind it, that it only came out just a few years ago, so it's not far off. I mean, this game series has been in the works since 2009. 2009 had their first game came out, so I'm very excited to be touching that for the first time. It's going to be very different for me, something new, something I haven't played before. So, very excited with that. Hopefully soon I'm gonna sit down here talking with him shortly sometime. Wildlands Tech and Entertainment, my best friend Dustin, he's going to be making a big return to DemonCast, and from what he's told me, there's a lot of different things he wants to talk about. So he's probably going to have 2 DemonCasts dedicated to him, and you know, all that. So that's a lot that's on the plate that's coming. Hopefully that can be done here within the next few months or so. Hopefully the sooner the better, because the more constant I can get with DemonCast again, the better. But you just never know in today's day and age, especially when I said, like, I'm working 50-hour work weeks, and just, you never know what could possibly happen. I've been working on the tiny house project that has been going on behind the scenes. I haven't been doing too much recording with that because that situation has been a cluster. Some weekends I just don't really feel like doing anything to record. Some weekends I just want to get right to it and get it done. it just has been, it is what it is. We're so close to getting ready to start building on the tiny house. It's not even funny. Right now we've got preparations for a concrete pad because my dad is designing an outdoor kitchen. So he's doing, I think it's like a 20-foot, I don't know, a freaking, what we measured for a concrete pad is going to be like 26 or 27 by 27 or something. But it's a really big concrete pad. He's got concrete scheduled to come in like 10 days or something like that. Once that's going to be done, we're going to finally be able to start working on the container house, because as right now it's just one thing at a time. Basically set one thing in, one thing on the to-do list with it, as you know, as the days goes on. So that's basically what it is. It's just we're focusing on one task at a time. Right now it's the concrete pad to get done for the outdoor kitchen, and then basically once that happens, that's basically our layout from where the container is going to be set, because it's being made out of two 40-foot shipping containers, which is different and unique. I mean, you don't really see a whole lot of them, but you know, it'll be a place for me to live temporarily until I can get my own house built and all that, so it can get me out from living with roommates and living on my own, which I'm very excited for that. But that's neither here nor there. And going beyond all that, I'm hoping to make it back to YouTube at least semi close to full time as I can. So what my plan is I want to try to do at least 3 videos a week. I think I can manage that pretty stably, especially going back into my off season here at work, where I'll have way more time to work on content, which I'm happy for that, because there's a lot of ideas. There's one very big idea that I've got in mind coming into possible play. It's not exactly 100% confirmed yet whether I'm going to be executing it or not, but I really hope I do, because I'm very excited to work on that overall project. And when I say, in this sense, when I talk about quote-unquote project, it's something I've had in mind for a long time, even before doing any type of content creation. It's something I've thought about possibly attempting to do, and it's just one of those things that it's like, you know, you don't necessarily know if it's going to be executed properly and be successful, or if you're going to execute it properly but it also not be successful. So it's just one of those things where, you know, only time will tell. And if people like it, people like it. If people don't, they don't. You know, I'll learn as I go, just as I've had with anything else before, and you know, just take it with a grain of salt and live and learn and just keep on pushing. As of right now, I'm as healthy as possible, and basically what I've learned is just try to stay healthy, keep on track, and you know, worry about my health, and hopefully I find the right woman to be in a relationship with, because right now I'm single as a motherfucker, guys. I mean, there's no real telling when I'll be in a relationship. I'm not really even talking to anyone specifically right now. I mean, there's been a possible attempts, but they haven't lasted. I mean, they usually last for maybe a 20-minute conversation just to get the very specific things out the way that matter the most. Be like, okay, is it worth it to, you know, progress this and have it be worth it for us, or are we going to be wasting our time? You know, that's something I put very serious forward into my relationship, into my dating life, so that way I'm just not wasting any time, because I don't have time to waste. I don't want to waste somebody else's time. So it's just one of those things. It basically becomes mandatory for me when dating to do all that stuff, because I just don't want to be in a relationship with somebody I'm not meant to be in a relationship with. Like, if it doesn't work out, then, it's just not going to work out. I don't want all that toxicness. I don't want all that, drama and anything like that. Um, it's one of those things that I take very serious, and I don't just take it serious for me, myself, and I, but for my mental health, but also for time management, so that way time's not being wasted, like I said, and plus just overall the overall respect aspect. I just, you know, I look at it as it's like, I mean, like I already said, it's a serious matter, so I just don't want to waste time. But I'm better off waiting as of right now rather than just jump into something that's not gonna last. I'd rather be serious with something than to half-ass something. But basically for that, it just, like I said, it's a waiting game as of right now. I mean, I just don't really have any clue, because all I'm really doing right now is I'm using Facebook dating off of my own personal Facebook. I don't associate my social medias with Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. I don't plan on having a Camo Demon 78 Facebook. I just don't really see that as something I need. I mean, granted, for VR, I could stream to Facebook, but it's like I got two options. I can stream to Facebook on VR, or I can stream to YouTube. Now, granted, I'm like 11 subscribers away from being at 50 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure 50 subscribers is when I could start going live. So it's like one of those things that it just makes more sense to stream straight to my YouTube. Um, that's definitely something I want to do more, streaming, like I'm doing with DemonCast, starting out to do now. But it just is gonna have to be. It's just gonna have to be one of those things. We'll just wait and see. Um, you know, just it. It's been a really, really, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Um, Trying to think of the word to describe it. It's been really, everything's just been really heavy and hectic, basically. Just everything going on, working, trying to work on the tiny house on the side. Uh, I haven't even had the capabilities of doing a whole lot with Dustin, other than I I've streamed with him a couple of times in the past like month or so, and I think really that's been about it. Like, I haven't even seen the kid since we made mini bike vlog videos. Which, speaking of that, that's another thing I can talk about. I now have a mini bike, and I have a potential mini bike series called Fat Bike Adventures coming out sometime. I was originally going to have it come out this fall, but that date might get pushed back. I'm not exactly sure yet. Um, I've got a whole video of that up on my YouTube. If you guys want to go check that out, it's only a few videos back. Like, by the time you see this one, it'll probably be within 5 to 10 videos back. Like, it won't be far. Matter of fact, right now it's the only video of anything mini bike related I've got, other than the announcement of making what I like to call Fat Bike Adventures, which I've probably got at least 5 episodes filmed already. Well, they're not really going to be episodes. It's kind of going to be like a mini short series, if that makes sense to anybody. It's going to have a long opening intro video. Basically, that's going to be its inspiration. But after that, it's going to basically follow, like some or some moto vlog style content, just in a way of its own. Basically, that's how I'm going to do that. As for Dustin, speaking on him and how he's been, if nobody has had any updates on him, if you just watch my content, he's been doing a lot more streaming than he has content on YouTube. I think he hasn't even posted a single video in probably like 3 months, which is a long time. Like, I probably posted, longest time I probably went was like maybe 2 months. And then I made like some sort of update or just something. But yeah, he's been doing a lot of recording, or not recording, but streaming. He's been doing a lot of streaming on TikTok. He's trying to do a lot of streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to do streaming on Twitch a lot more, which is where this is being streamed right now, and then going to be put on YouTube later. So you could follow my Twitch if you're seeing this on YouTube, twitch.tv/camodemon78. That would really be appreciative. I'm trying to do a lot more streaming on top of just regular video content creation. And every little bit helps, because I don't want to just make money from YouTube, because I've heard stories on how supposedly you can be full-time on YouTube and it won't exactly 100% cut it. So I want to do YouTube content creation, and I also want to do live streaming and other stuff on the side, so that way I can do both YouTube and social media, essentially, so I can work for myself and be self-sufficient based off of the work I want to put into what I want to put into. Moving past that, on a other touchy subject that I know is out there. Today, as this is being live streamed and aka recorded, today is September 20th, 2025, and not only is it 9 days after the anniversary of 9/11, but it is also 10 days after the sad, tragic situation of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Now, me personally, I never really sided with the guy. I am apolitical. I have my personal life beliefs. I'm apolitical. I'm not religious. I know he was a Christian. Like I said, I'm not religious. I'm atheist. Well, I rephrase that. I'm more atheist/spiritual. I'm still learning the spiritual belief system. So that's basically where I'm at. And also another thing, I personally do not want kids, but I looked at the situation of him being assassinated, and I looked at it as, it's simple. He was a human being. He didn't deserve it. And I don't like seeing the aspect that there's a lot of people out there that say he did deserve it, because he most certainly did not deserve it whatsoever. And it makes me sick to my stomach knowing that we live in a world that, just knowing that some people wish stuff like that upon others for no reason whatsoever is just, it's a sickening thought. It really is. I've spoken my mind about it, and one of my platforms that I'm on, and this has me really irritated too, one of my platforms that I'm on completely took the video I was speaking on the situation of Charlie Kirk's assassination completely down after it got flagged for a first warning. That really made me mad for that happened for no reason. Technically speaking, it's me speaking my First Amendment rights, but if freaking these social media apps want to start playing that game, I might not even be on said app anymore that decided to go and do that. Because that's not right. That's just ridiculous. What happened? Oh, somebody reported my freaking video because they didn't like what I had to say, because they were against what I had to say because they feel like he deserved it. No, that's not the right world we should live in. That's not right. That's not the right world we need to live in. We need to live in a world where we come together and understand that just because you have different beliefs than the other person doesn't mean, you wish harm or death upon them. Like, come on now, people. It's a lot more simpler than that. Doesn't just take, a bit of simple common sense. Like, it's just straight up human decency. Like, I know this is a podcast and you can't see if you're listening in content format, but if you're watching in video format on YouTube, read the shirt. For anybody that can't read the shirt, it says whiskey helps. And sometimes that's what's needed for dealing with some of the idiots that live in this world with us. But I'm gonna move away from that subject because I don't want to get negative. I know as a man that Charlie Kirk was, I'm sure he didn't have hatred for anyone, so I'm sure it's not what he would have wanted. So moving away from that subject, I'm not going to implement any negativity on anyone anymore. So I'm going to move on to the next thing, and Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. You definitely did not deserve it. Going into the end of the year, like I said, I want to do more live streaming. When I get my vacation at work, I'm going to have, well, I haven't really decided yet because I got about 2 months before I get my vacation. And then I usually take off a week or so around Christmas. So I think what I want to do is sometime during that week, I want to do like a lot of live streaming back to back on days on top of, recording content and all that. But I really want to get more in depth with doing live streaming on top of content creation. I started out originally doing content creation, not a whole lot of live streaming. But now that I can work more towards being a Twitch affiliate, I want to make that happen. And I big time want to make that happen because if I could, like I said, if I can make being a Twitch affiliate, aka streamer, happen on top of doing YouTube, then it'll all be good for me moving forward in life. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't want to stay at a 9-to-5 forever. I'm in my mid-20s and my freaking back and my body is just screaming, telling me I need to find something else or do something else. But unfortunately for my current situation, if I've spoke on it before, then I'm repeating myself. But if I haven't, then basically I'm limited by my situation that I have. Like I said, I'm living with roommates because I can't afford to live on my own right now. I don't have the means of transportation to live on my own right now. I'm scraping by. I really am. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. It is not fun. Medical bills are killing me. Just everything going on. It's just not fun. I'm trying to maintain a healthy eating habit. Sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes temptation gives in and I end up eating junk food and I end up eating pizzas and burgers and, stuff like that. Chicken, fried chicken, KFC, stuff like that. It's hard to do. You got to stay consistent and it's hard to do. But I'm trying my best. I do a lot of fasting. I hydrate pretty well. I mean, I'm living healthy. I'm living within my means, basically, so whatever I make on, my paycheck, I spend wisely, because it's not like I have just, random money to blow. Like I said, I've got medical bills, I've got rent, I've got a credit card to pay, I've got other food expenses that I've got to do, I've got hygiene products, that I gotta buy. And this is just me being real, straight up, like, most people, you won't even hear about this stuff, but like me, I'll put it all out there and tell you the truth because I'm not censored. I'm not hiding anything, I'm real. I work a 9-to-5 job. I'm a blue collar, trades guy. I work in a production plant with wood all the time. I'm basically what I am is I am an assembler. I mean, I'm not going to say specifically what I do, but my job is a 10-hour shift, 5 days a week, or 8-hour shifts, depending on the time of year, because we have an off season. And it's a very physically demanding job. I mean, we have a giant freaking steel table that is probably about 4 feet off the ground, and I'm only freaking 5'10". Or no, sorry, it's probably about 2.5, 3 feet, 3.5 feet off the ground. And when we work assembling the stuff that we assemble, we have to get up and down off this table, and my main tool is a hammer. So I swing a hammer all day, every day at work for freaking 10 hours straight. Like, that's literally my job. So not only do I have the risks of carpal tunnel in my hand, because I'm right-handed, so that's what I've been swinging with every day for the past freaking 3 years. 4 years, however long I've been working there. I've lost track, honestly. I feel the pain in my wrist. It hurts. Sometimes it hurts. I mean, I remember to stretch it sometimes so I don't get carpal tunnel. Other than that, like I said, my body is just screaming in pain. And you know, the funny thing is I take glucosamine for my joints, and I'm in my mid-20s. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I'm in my mid-20s working a dead-end job at a 9 to 5, and I'm barely making ends meet, and my body is screaming because I'm basically killing myself to do so. Like, I'm killing myself just to survive. Like, how does that make any sense? But the reality of it is, it's the world we live in, so there's nothing that can really be done about it until I put in the work here, and hopefully streaming and YouTube takes off, and that's what I'm aiming for. I haven't been able to do a lot of content or streaming in the past few months, or month or two, or whatever it's actually been since I actually last did content, but sometimes it is what it is. I mean, I'm physically demanded at my job, and when I'm working these mandatory hours, I go to work and do my job, and then by the time I get home, I'm so exhausted, I just want to take a shower and go to bed. I mean, my sleep schedule for the past month has been terrible. Like, I probably sleep 4 or 5 hours every single day, and that was including the weekends on my days off. I mean, it just got to a point where some days I fell asleep and I didn't wake up until I slept like 10 hours. And that was just my body forcing myself to sleep. Like, I'd have alarms that I'd have specifically set to have myself get up, and I wouldn't get up till the very last alarm went off. And then at that point, I'm scrambling to go out the freaking door. Like, it's exhausting. It really is. But I'm just doing what I gotta do, so hopefully nothing bad comes about my sleep schedule that I have, because I've heard stories that a bad sleep schedule like that, day in and day out, is really bad for your health. So I'm really hoping that nothing happens to me with this situation, because I don't want anything to be happening to me. Like I said, I've got medical bills tearing me apart as is, and I'm doing my best to get those paid down as quickly as I can. I think I'm down to like my last 3 or 400. And it may seem like weird to be like, oh, well, if you only have 300 or 400 left, that's not a lot to pay. And yeah, you're right. It isn't a lot to pay. Like, I'm at the point where I'm looking at it. It's like, it's not a whole lot to pay. But the reason why it's just taken me so long is because I have a health savings account with my insurance through my job. And I think weekly I only get like $15 or something taken out of it. So when, like, you do the math, it's somewhere between $10 and $15. So when you do the math, you know, you're only looking at the aspect that you only get X amount every month. So when you go to pay the medical bills, you're only paying, you know, whatever you can. That's basically because of how long it takes. But, you know, like I said, it's the same thing, is what it is. So, well, DemonCast usually isn't this short, but I definitely don't think that this is the shortest DemonCast ever made, ever, so. Well, that's basically about all the updates I got for now, guys. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed DemonCast. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the content that's on my channel. I hope you guys start liking more of the live stream content that I bring. It's mostly going to be gaming. Haven't really decided too much on what I want to do live stream wise, but I'm just hoping that you guys will like it. But yeah, I just totally had a brain fart. Wow. But anyways, guys, if you like the content that you see on my channel and you like the podcast that I make, feel free to hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the madness. I greatly appreciate it. If you like the content on my channel, as you've heard me say before, hit that sub button. If you don't, then I greatly hope and appreciate you find the content you're looking for on YouTube. But even if you didn't like it, I greatly hope that you appreciated the one video that you watched, if it is this video. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for enjoying my videos. And we'll see you guys in the next video.